Alright guys, how you doing? It's CK here and welcome to my third wish list for Forza Horizon 3. Today it is going to be the top 13 muscle cars I would like to see in the game. And just like last time, it's in no particular order. And if you're wondering why it isn't an exact number, how it's 13, I can't leave any cars out. I just love them all, if you know what I mean. I don't want to sacrifice any, so yeah. Anyway, let's get straight into it. Now, I know it's GTA 5 footage that you're watching. I was just mucking around the other night, so I thought I'd capture some gameplay from that. So I hope you guys enjoy that. And if you don't see a car that you want in the game which isn't on my list, leave it in the comments below. But now, jumping in to my first car, which is the Aquas Base 770. I believe that's how you pronounce the manufacturer's name. Now, essentially what this thing is, it's kind of like a resto-modded Mustang, kind of based on the old GT390 from the late 60s. It is a stunning looking thing from the front, big power bulged bonnet. There's actually two like fog lights at the front as well. It's completely stunning. I mean, it looks new, if you know what I mean. It looks like new body panels and everything like that. I mean, like material wise, it looks new. It's stunning, absolutely stunning from the front. And then from the rear, it's also reworked from the old GT390. It has more of a proper evil look to it. And as you can see on the doors, it's properly like updated in terms of stitching and upholstery. It's all the modern comforts in a classic body. But yet again, the classic body is more modernised now. It's a lot more sleek and stylish. It's just a fantastic muscle car, and I hope it comes in the game. Now, I know a lot of you would freaking go mad if I didn't add this onto the actual list. It is Ken Block's Unicorn. Now, I've driven this thing in Need for Speed 2015. You can't really control it. It is absolutely mental. It just slides everywhere, and it's Need for Speed physics. Let's just say it. It's Need for Speed physics, but if this came into Forza, then that would be a completely different game entirely. Holy moly, man. But we all know what this thing is like. It's a complete legend now. And we've seen it on Top Gear recently with Matt LeBlanc and Ken going through London. So yeah, this thing will be a pretty crazy car to like drive around the streets of Australia, or should I say hoon around the streets of Australia. Third is my favourite classic muscle car of all time, the 1970, let's just say that again, the 1970 model year of the Plymouth Hemi Cuda. Every time I see this car, I need tissues. Every time, man. It is a phenomenal looking thing. I really like it in this purple. Suits it very well. Big carbon bonnet and everything. We did get a Fast and Furious edition of this, but it doesn't have the rear lights which I want, which you can see right here. This is the style of one that I want. I mean, it'd be a good option if you can actually change the lights in Forza. I mean, if you want the Fast and Furious year one with the circle rear lights, and you can change it to that, and if you want this one, you could change it to this. But I can't sum it into words. I mean, if I could own one of these in real life as my dream muscle car, then yes, definitely. I probably just fit like some freaking, I don't know, any American proper rim manufacturer, like a proper muscle car looking one. But we'll need to wait till Horizon 3 comes and see if it's in, because I'm going to be doing a really cool build on it if it is. And sticking with Plymouth, we have got the Superbird. Now, I know this is essentially a Dodge Daytona, but I'm a Plymouth guy. They're my favourite muscle car brand. I'm kind of sad that they're away. There is rumours about a new Cuda coming, but I'm not too sure. I really hope so, though. That would be probably based on the Challenger Hellcat, maybe? That would be awesome, but yeah, bring this thing in. It is mental, and all I can say is that wing, though. That wing. Of course, this was going to be on here. Eleanor. Oh, yes. The 1967 Shelby GT500E. What is there to say about this thing apart from it's an absolute legend and everyone knows it, and everyone has been begging Turn 10 and Playground to bring it into games in the actual past. I think Need for Speed's only really brought it in. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but it's never been in a Forza series before, like the proper E version. But this would be mental for like cruising down the streets and that. Cruising down the streets in my 6'4", smacking the bitches, jogging them. Nah, that's not a song for this car. No. But yeah, definitely bring it in, because in this profile picture it looks stunning. And then around the back, which we can see here, this is a custom version, if you know what I mean, with these wheels, but It's clean as fuck, seriously. It's one of the most clean looking cars on this planet. Next we have a car which I was talking about earlier on. It is the Ford Mustang GT390, more specifically the Legend from Bullitt. It is probably one of the most famous cars in cinema history alongside the Aston Martin Db5, because whenever you talk about car chases, everyone brings up the Bullitt scene. It's so, like, I don't want to use the word clean again, but it's so timid in its appearance, if you know what I mean. I thought I was having a stroke there, but yeah, it's so timid in its appearance for an old muscle car. It's just, I don't know how to sum it up. It's really, really good looking. It's one of the most coolest looking cars on the planet, in my opinion. Now, you might be noticing a trend. I'm a fan of all Dodge, Ford and Chevys, but the Mustang has some very, very cool additions like this one, the 2012 Boss 302 Laguna Seca. Just look at this thing. The vinyls are one of the best looking vinyls on a muscle car to date, in my opinion. It looks so good. Red roof, red mirrors, red spoiler, red rims, red grille. It's whoa. It's my sort of muscle car, man. And then around the back you can actually see Laguna Seca on the logo. How cool is that? I know I'm going to say that like 10,000 times in this video, but muscle cars are just cool. And this thing comes with two keys. There's a normal key and there's a red key, which unlocks all the madness and everything. Basically the Laguna Seca key, which is kind of like the Bugatti Veyron for muscle cars. And the last version I want to see of the modern Mustang is the 2013 Shelby GT500 Super Snake. It just looks badass from every single angle, this thing. I mean, look at that power bulge, man. Jesus! And it says Shelby on the intercooler, and the fact that the side rear windows are kind of like bodied out. They've actually got like stuff over it. It looks so much more mean, man. And the black rims. Whew. And the back bumper's kind of got a more flared out style, and the spoiler is a bit bigger, I think, than the normal GT500 of this year, but I just can't put it into words. This thing is just badass in every sense of the actual term. And speaking of badass, we have got one of the kings of the muscle cars, one of the grandfathers I should say, the 1966 Pontiac Gto, or the GOAT as everyone calls it. Now this was in Forza Motorsport 4 I believe, and it's not been in any other game since. I don't think Horizon 1 had this, but it's one of the best looking muscle cars of all time, and it's one of the first cars which properly kicked off the muscle car scene, so for that I think it deserves a slot in Horizon 3. Next up is its son. It is the modern day GTO, or should I say Holden Monaro. Yeah, that is what it's based on. So yeah, this is the 2006 year Pontiac Gto, and I have to say, whatever this guy's done with these BBS rims looks very nice. Very nice, and the tinted windows as well. And here we have one from the front right here. Although I'm not a big fan of them rims, but I do love the double hood scoop. It looks badass. Kind of reminds me of the old like Need for Speed days, like the old Underground 2 days when this car was in it. Now I'm not too sure how hard it's going to be for Playground to get their hands on this, because it is pretty rare. It is a modern day version of the Superbird, but with the Challenger. Wow. It looks so cool. It's kind of like Dukes of Hazzard meets racing with this freaking blooming paint job and stuff right here. It's actually got a Plymouth sign on the side, as you can see right there. Then we can see the front in this picture with the rims, which look gorgeous. Big power bulge on the bonnet, and it's all like black as well. It's one of the best looking muscle cars of this generation, as to say, in terms of like wow factor. I mean, if you walk by it, you would obviously have to look twice or several thousand times. So yeah, as I said, it would be good even if we got like body customization options for this, if you know what I mean, for the normal Challenger, maybe even the Hellcat. I'm just saying, that would be a good option to actually add in. Because apparently we are getting new rims, and we are getting wide body kits, so yeah, this could be pretty damn possible. Now, although I don't really like the grille on this car, I love everything else about it. It is the brand new Chevy Camaro Zl1, or ZL1 if you come from the States, and all I've got to say is, how are they going to top this thing with the Z28? Seriously, I mean, look how badass this looks already. I mean, it already looks like a freaking Corvette Zo6, if you know what I mean, in terms of like big and bulkiness and just out there. I would love to see this thing in black, although I do like the red. I think like going with the grille and everything, it would kind of blend in a bit more with the black. But for all the pushy shoviness and everything at the front, it's kind of more sedate at the back. We've got a little bit of a bigger spoiler than the actual SS. So yeah, it looks pretty good. Big quad exhaust system, and we've got the little shark fin as well on the roof. So I can't really remember how much horsepower this has. It's over 600, I believe, definitely. So yeah, I think it's 630. It's like 10 down from the ZL, not the ZL1, the ZL6 Corvette. And then lastly, it's one of my most personal favourites, the Vauxhall VXR8 Bathurst S. Now, Horizon 3 is going to be set in Australia. This thing has Bathurst in the name, so I think it's a match made in heaven. But I don't know if they would badge this as a Holden in the game. I hope they don't, because this is iconic. Seriously, if obviously you're not from like the UK and stuff, this is our proper muscle car, even though it's based on the Holdens in Australia and stuff. But the fact that this is a Vauxhall is crazy, if you know what I mean, or badged a Vauxhall, because it's got about 562 horsepower, the same as a Ferrari 458, and it's a 4-door saloon, but it's got a Chevy Corvette engine. It's fucking mental, man. Absolutely mental. So I would love to see this thing come in. Please badge it as a Vauxhall. I never thought I'd say that in my life, but it's just so iconic, and a lot of people have been wanting it. So anyway guys, that is going to round it up for my top 13 muscle cars I want in Forza Horizon 3. Let me know yours in the comments below. I'm really looking forward to the game to see if any of these do actually make it in, because Australia is kind of more of a muscly kind of sort of country, if you know what I mean. So you have your Utes, you have your Holdens, which are proper muscle cars. But yeah, I would love to see a lot of these actually make their way into the game. So yep, thank you very much for watching guys. If you have any other lists that you want me to do, I've got a few written down, so yeah, keep an eye out over the next few days and coming weeks. Leave a like if you have enjoyed this one guys, and subscribe if you are brand new and you want to see some more Horizon 3 content from me, and just general car games and stuff. That's all I do on this channel, is kind of like chat and play car games. So yep, see you next time guys, thank you very much for watching yet again, peace. Click left for my little tribute video to the Dodge Viper, and the right for a madness filled episode of Madder Open City.